Expo in the end.
We'll see about that. Relatively easy to go for the expansion in this little pocket in the middle of the map. Very well protected, hard to engage, far away from the enemy base. That's all good indicators of an expansion being easy to do and easy to hold. We have the classic mercenary camp opener for Colorful, as you say, very classic, very typical. And another Shadow Priest stolen, just like yesterday against 1-0.
Yeah, I feel like when you play Warden especially, that is a deadly sin. The Warden is so weak early, you have to get the Shadow Priest. When you have a Demon Hunter, I think it's fine. He's got Immolation as well, right? Yeah, so he's creeping actually very quickly, doesn't really need the Shadow Priest, so I think here it's okay. Also on other maps, like on Twisted Meadows, you might get pushed early, but this is Terranas Stand, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the most defensive maps in the pool. It's very likely that we're going to see expansion play and no pushes for quite some time, so I think losing the Shadow Priest here isn't really that big of a deal. What is going to be important when the expansion and counter expansion will be coming up.
Okay, we got Slippers. That is very nice for the Demon Hunter. We also got a Pendant of Energy. That is wonderful for DK. Blasting through his mana pool right there with the second coil. Also tanking quite a bit, but on Blight with the Shadow Priest right next to you. That is still fine. We had the first Wisp detonate, and Colorful makes the decision to go aggressive and try to counter the Ziggurat with the Demon Hunter and an Archer.
Mana burn as well. DK getting drained, but the Ziggurat is close to finish, so I don't really think he can actually get the cancel here. Doesn't have many units. Of course, early when you creep with the Ancient of War, that is very strong for fast creeping and reducing damage. But it means you can't produce many units at all at the start. That's the downside, which is also a big reason why having a first Mercamp is so good for the Night Elf, because that means you can get the units from there. But not having gotten the Shadow Priest, I guess, is not ideal, but like I said, I think it's okay. And the expansion is delayed a bit for Labby, right? Haunted only started now. Not the very fastest we've ever seen.
That is correct. In the meantime, we see a counter expansion already at 50% for Colorful. Tech has been started too, and LabyRinth still missing quite a bit of lumber. Can't be that aggressive as you just pointed out. DH at 50%, DK out of mana already. That could be a little tricky. Both get new mercs, or both new mercs going to Colorful now. That is quite an investment, and you gotta pay attention to them. You don't want to feed them to the undead. It's a lot of experience. Undead thrive with high hero levels, but I get... Oh, Ghoul goes down just like that. A little careless.
Traded for an Archer. A little bit more experience picked up. Both would love to get level 3 here quickly. Demon Hunter also would love to pick up some more items. He's gonna get one more now from the middle. Gloves of Haste for him. Not bad. A bit more mana for Immolation as well, but perhaps the Ghouls will now push him away. Normally with the Mercenaries, the Night Elf is a bit stronger here in these middle exchanges. But I guess he also took quite a bit of damage, so Colorful may finally have to fall back and heal up. And why not get some boots on the way?
You must have a food fetish at this point, dude. It's incredible. But yeah, you're right. It's a very good accessory for the Demon Hunter to weave in and out for these mana burns. Skeletons clean this up. 2.4. Tech on the way for LabyRinth as well. He's catching up. Hunter's Hall not forgotten by Colorful, and he's making steps towards his own natural expansion.
I would love to see a quick Panda being picked up. Just leveling him up quickly, of course, is valuable in and of itself, but also might help with actually creeping the natural. Because if Labby commits for the aggression, maybe he can mess with the creeping here. How much does he have? 4 Ghouls, 1 Shadow Priest. It's not the strongest army of all time, but could perhaps throw a bit of a spanner in the works. I think there's a Wisp moving towards the tavern as we speak. Should be time for the Master of the Drunks. There he is, Panda. You know, shows up and says hello to his friends with a barrel of beer right in tow. What a good friend he is.
Yeah, but he also throws a very, very bad breath. I don't know, maybe brush your teeth first before you step out? I don't know.
But he only damages the people you don't like with it. Only the enemies. Never you as if you're the friend.
That is correct. Maybe your friends get so used to it that they don't care about it anymore.
Or... how else could that be solved?
Yeah. Come on. Come up with something.
Maybe he gives what are those things called? the laundry clippers to his friends, you know, so they can cover their noses. Very thoughtful. Very considerate.
Okay, yeah, I'd love to see that on the Shadow Priest, especially nose clipper over that mask. Lovely.
Oh, dude.
Not inconvenient at all.
Has to be a big clipper. Just like for you, you would also need a big clipper. Oh boy.
Oh. It's mean, but correct. Pretty tame early game, despite a few brawls here and there. No big all-ins, no big pushes, no split Demon Hunter harasses onto economy. And so we unfold level 3 on both sides.
Panda creeping nice and quick. He's going to pick up almost level 2 right here. Did he deny that one? No, I think actually he got it. Good jump start for him. This is, of course, the big advantage for the Night Elf. He had the faster tech. He's going to have the stronger, faster second hero. But Labby is perhaps going to have the bigger army. He just had 1,000 gold a moment ago. But I guess most of that now was spent as well. Upgrades coming, tier 3 coming, Slaughterhouse coming. And Colorful isn't too far behind, I guess, in supply. A bit, but that can be equaled out.
I think so too. I'm a little surprised to see double Crypt Fiends and not triple Crypt Gargs. Yes, I know there's a Panda, and a Panda on a high level can counter them, but you can also counterplay that counter with stuff like Stoneform and positioning. I always thought that LabyRinth is better with Ghouls and Gargs than he is with Fiends, but maybe he's proving me wrong today.
Yeah, when we saw him play yesterday against 15 Sway, he went for kind of a desperate Fiend late game switch against 15 Sway, but by that point he was so far behind that nothing really was going to save him anymore. Here now he's going to go for Fiends right away, which can also be quite deadly indeed with a tier 3 timing. Colorful needs to get ready for that with strong heroes and to not go into upkeep too late. He will of course need bears and dryads and some items. This is also where the shop is so good on this map. Between the two bases, main and natural, you always have the shop to get invulns and heal scrolls. Another reason why this map is so good defensively.
It is triple Crypt, double Slaughterhouse. Rarely seen an undead with so many production buildings. Not sure if that's necessary, it could be optimized, but he probably knows better. Ancient of Wind on Colorful's side, then he is about to get the perfect army with bears and... Oh my god, what an invite to a Drunken Haze Breath of Fire. Not gonna be easy for LabyRinth. He doesn't feel super ready yet. A lot of hurt units out of the fight already. And if some Fiends are alive, whoo, last second coil on the ledge, then he might be able to get some kills. Nice burrows and no reveal against it.
Where is the reveal? Why is there no Wisp at the lab? Why keep Night Elves keep making that mistake? Oh, there's the reveal now. 1 kill, 2 kills. Max up for it. Could even get a third one. Oh, that's a lot of kills. Mana potion forced. Fiend is saved. But there was a mana potion and also the big healing popped before the fight. Lich didn't have an orb yet. Maybe Labby feeling a bit too confident to take that fight. Didn't have the orb yet. These Night Elf heroes on double level 3 just looked really strong.
Yeah, he was 20 food ahead, or 15 now. But as you say, without an orb, without destroyers, not so sure if that was the right call. But of course he had no TP, maybe he had no choice. But that was expensive, 600 gold down the drain just in Fiends alone. 1600 gold including these items. That was painful. But Colorful also needs to heal up a little bit. And he doesn't mind, I think. He gets the talents. Crow form upgrade in the works, bear streaming in, Dispel upgrade 2 for the frost armor. I love Colorful's position.
Once Frenzy is finished though, we've seen it many times before, the timing is still scary. Demon Hunter with a burn, but gets Nova right away. That was a bit dicey. The Moon Juice is really low, he needs rejuvenation desperately. There's a 10 supply lead right now on the undead side. When's he gonna push? When's he gonna go? DK and Lich not super close to level ups. Creeping here, a bit dangerous. Could be an invite to a creep jack, but looks like Colorful is battening down the hatches right now. He's staying home. He's getting ready for the push to strike.
Crow form activated. Also, Moonwell upgrade, more bears. Colorful was banking quite a bit, is breaking upkeep now, knowing, oh, it must be a push around the corner. Heal ward, of course, fantastic. On top of the statues, and Lich finds level 3. Naga third as well. This is it, 11 minutes 30, and the push arrives. Colorful, are you ready?
He's got lots of stuff still in production. tickling a bit first, but you can see the Night Elf army really not that big at all. It needs more time for more rounds of production. 2 bears only on the field. You would love to have more. Heal scrolls also going to be crucially important. There's 1 in the DK and still 2 healing wards ready. Losing these Moonwells with supply block colorful. That's a bit scary as well.
Ooh, nice strike so far. But the army is coming together, slowly but steady. Lich a little bit far forward, just like in the last fight. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, again, the mischance, not to be underestimated. The thing is, though, LabyRinth has no weapon. With that, he has to nuke the Crows, otherwise the Destroyers are useless. And yes, the Fiends have great damage output, but they're also getting fried here. When can you take care? There it is, web finish, and that changes the entire fight.
But it's a bit late, right? He had triple crypt. Why was the web so late? He were in the back, nicely helping up, but also getting dispelled. Abolish magic wasn't forgotten, very important. Supply-wise, we still have a slight lead on the undead side, but not by too much anymore. Colorful trying to fall back and heal up. He's got a Wellspring, it's now nighttime, and especially thanks to nighttime, I think Colorful in a good position here to hold. Also, of course, his reinforcements very close by, and the first dreaded moment of the game is survive. The tier 3 timing doesn't win the game right away for Labby, which is ideally what the undeads want. Fast expand, go for a tier 3 push, kill the opponent, and then all of the complications are, you know, no concern. But now, there is more of a concern. All of a sudden, we have double level 4. Demon Hunter and Panda. The Night Elf army is getting stronger. More upgrades means more power. All of the units for the Night Elf benefit from the same upgrades. The ghouls now basically useless. Most of them have died. What is the next move? The answer seems to be Gargoyles.
Yeah, and I'm a little confused about that. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire is a wonderful counter to that. It's basically the opposite of what he played yesterday against 15 Sway, where it was Gargs into Fiends. Now it's Fiends into Gargs. And I'm not sure if that's the right call, but we'll see about that. Needs a lot of heal scrolls at stone form, 100%, but he's not working on that upgrade yet.
Yeah, the thing is, Colorful was pretty heavy on bears, and the bears, of course, will be no help against the Gargoyles. Talons can be good if they're kept way in the back, but if the Gargs get on top of the Talons, of course, they get completely eviscerated. So Dryads now are needed. Maybe even some Hippogriffs. Demon again, the front line. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, good damage. Panda has a lot of mana here, by the way, and in come the Gargoyles. But it's not tons of Gargs yet. Perhaps the Talons can still win this fight.
Okay, let's see. They tear them apart with Roar, of course, big damage boost on them. And they even have the freedom to attack the Destroyers again. LabyRinth struggling. Another Fiend going down. That widens the supply gap. And I'm fascinated that there's still Crows in the air after these 2 fights despite Coil Nova. Another breath thrown. There's a mana potion still. The heal scroll has been burned through. And LabyRinth has not much to fight with.
A bit of a weird thing about this undead army is also when you web the Crows, the Gargs can't do their powerful attack against them anymore. Then they do the little attack. So
that's true.
It's not a very complementary army, which is the reason why normally we see either Gargs or Fiend armies and not both mixed together.
I mean, you could
like
also disable them.
Yeah, you could. True. But I think also the Garg numbers just weren't there yet. You want to have like 8 to 10 Gargs, and you fly in, Nova, and then they get picked apart so fast. But yeah, when you use the web, it gets a little bit weird. And I think now Colorful is looking dandy. Look at those hero levels. 4.5, 4.6, and double level 5 seem to be only a matter of time now. And those are very hard to beat.
We do have quite some upgrades. It's on the 3-0 is on the way, 3-2 for Colorful, so these units all pretty tanky. Would love to see more heal scrolls, but how to afford that? He kind of needs 80 food. He needs, I'd say, at least 2 heal scrolls. And it's interesting to see how Colorful is just doubling down on talents. Now makes the switch. But yeah, big counters, great counters, and strong hero levels. This is Colorful's game to win.
If Colorful micros this really well, he can also use the Talons as bait. Of course, the Gargs want to get on top of the Talons, but if he pulls them back quickly enough, this could be a beautiful opportunity to stack up all the Gargs and use the big damage of Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. So execution here in the late game, micro department is also going to be very important. But Colorful is feeling very confident now. He's going for a third base. Oh, and the Demon Hunter got caught there. Ooh. Suspiciously close to dying all of a sudden.
Yeah, Panda gotta carry this. There is a staff, so Demon Hunter can't come back, but then he can't use that mechanic in the fight. Good little move. Supply is now in favor of the Night Elf for the first time in a long time. Wouldn't even mind to see an attempt of a second expansion. Oh, there is one! Exactly, bottom left-hand side, so Colorful wants to hold this. I don't think Labby has the resources to go for the third gold mine.
Yeah, Colorful's army basically looks perfect. A good number of Dryads and Bears and Talons and crazy good upgrades. 3-2 already. Absolutely outstanding. Normally the fast expanding player is supposed to have better upgrades, but at the moment, Labby is 2 upgrades behind. Finally now, going for the first armor upgrade himself. Did Colorful have a Shredder, by the way? Or did,
Yes.
did he do all this without a Shredder? Yeah, he had one, right? This should be impossible without a Shredder.
Gargoyle. Down to 50%, weakened before the big fight. Colorful poking into the main base of the undead. Usually not the greatest move. And one more round of shopping for LabyRinth. He had 700 gold. That's Heal Scroll 1 and 2. But in a second, he might be facing a level 5 Panda. This is do or die for LabyRinth.
Niall fights onto Blight. You always know he's feeling very confident. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, in we go. But the Gargs passing through. And here's the opportunity for big kills. The Gargoyle damage is, of course, tremendous against the Talons. You can see them getting ripped apart right away. But the Panda did get level 5. These Gargs may not live for much longer.
Okay, now the Gargs return. Breath of Fire is level 3 now. The Destroyers, how to deal with them now? Crows come back, win the fight. Level 5 on the DK. Labby is holding his ground for now. Big losses. Demon Hunter also in trouble. Oh, lynched! Oh my god, everything so close. Everything about to die. Invo Potion on the DH. Can you counter the bears? The Gargs, oh my god, just 2 seconds, 2 crows. The Dryads have to do the heavy lifting. Naga might be dead. Lich in trouble as well. Sound Portal Force. Can you throw another breath for the Naga? Doesn't even need it.
Oh. Got it with a pulse wipe. Bam!
Oh, GG by LabyRinth, knowing that the next base is coming up, and Colorful impresses us once again, takes the second map of the tournament and the lead in this best of 3.
Yeah, well played by Colorful. Pretty straightforward. Honestly, this was not a very surprising game at all. It was really, really normal, basically. Just fast expansion, teching up, then going into Fiends, perhaps. A bit of a surprise, and the late game Garg switch. That one also not too common, but by that point, LabyRinth, I think, already too far behind. It was that fight next to the lab which really seemed to shift the momentum. Colorful making perfect use of his strong heroes. The double level 3 heroes, they're able to fight against a 15 supply lead or so. Didn't kill the Fiends right away, but with the reveal, got 3 kills on the Fiends, and that is huge kills when it comes to a timing. And once the Night Elf survives that first timing, oftentimes he will be favored with those very strong heroes.
It's kind of odd, though. Did he have to leave here? Could he have not tried to play like high-level undead heroes?
Yeah, I think it wasn't completely over necessarily, but fighting against the double level 5 is certainly strong.
Yeah.
He just lost the Naga. He's fighting against the third base, so it's an uphill battle. But DK was level 5, Lich was 4, Naga could have been revived from the tavern, she was level 3. There could have been an opportunity still to win this, but I think LabyRinth just doesn't feel comfortable with the huge Fiend Destroyer army. It's a very hard army to micro perfectly. This is why normally he tends more to go towards Gargoyles, but that also wasn't successful yesterday. LabyRinth, at least in these last 2 days, is not having the greatest success and is struggling in this matchup.
Okay, let's see what his map pick will bring him. We got a 1-0 score in favor of Colorful. This is the loser's map now, as we just played on neutral ground. Colorful right-hand side, big colorful yawn. On LabyRinth side this time, come on. Oh, rather a cough than a yawn on what we can see on Colorful side. Anyway, match points, and if LabyRinth wins this, loses this here, he's 0-2-0-2, and with that, pretty much guaranteed 3rd or 4th place in the Ascension phase.
You will still have a chance, of course. Whether you take first or last, you are not out of the tournament yet in this tournament format. Now let's go on to map number 2. Echo Isles 2.2, the new and improved classic. It's going to be also a classic matchup. Demon Hunter versus DK. Demon Hunter ready to start off big with the Ancient of War at the Merc Camp. I talked about it yesterday. I would love for Labby to play this weird and start off with a tower push maybe. Not that he has to go all in with a tower push, but, you know, take the game into undiscovered weird grounds. This is where especially his strength lies and Colorful's weakness lies. I think Labby really isn't doing himself any favors by just playing standard.
Okay, he will be playing the same though, from what I can see. Definitely a possibility for some tower pushes as well, but I don't really see it. I think he's just, for some reason, very, very comfortable with the expansion play, and goes for the Shadow Priest again, just like the game before. Didn't necessarily help him too much, as the counter is not a ward, as you pointed out on map 1. But a little bit of health never hurts a DK. Immolation creeping as so often. Acolyte. Ooh. Instant aggression.
There we go. Tower push coming. DK getting ready for the push. And Larry, by the way, Colorful made a big mistake. He kept 2 supply open to get the Shadow Priest, but then the Wisp was too slow at the Merc camp. So he didn't get the Shadow Priest in the end. And the Shadow Priest would indeed help big when it comes to a push. And here is that push. DK takes out a Wisp, by the way. Look how much experience he has. Where's all this experience from?
What? Did he? Oh my god, did he steal something? He did. We didn't see it.
He stole at least one of the creeps, but he must have stolen more. It looks like the demon only got the big creep.
Oh wow, that's horrible. And what a wonderful situation for LabyRinth this is. The Demon Hunter super low. Towers coming up, and unlike 15 Sway, Colorful is not ready for this. The Engine of War is obviously far away. Moon Juice dry already, has to hope and wait for nighttime.
That Shadow Priest again making a big difference. If it wasn't an Eye of Sight, would be looking way different. And here we go. This is the risk when you go for a greedy early like this. You can be punished via a tower push, especially if you make some mistakes.
All right, we're working with Aura once again. Yesterday, Night Elves or Colorful was able to recover to a degree on Twisted when 1-0 tried this against him. Can he do the same against Labby? Towers are coming, 1/3 or 1/4 done. Not too many ghouls to support this push.
It's very hard for the Night Elf here to get the perfect information. When's the opponent teching? What's going to be happening? How do you have to adjust? Normally the best way, I think, to hold on against this push, to go for an Ancient of War preemptively early in your main base. But, well, an Ancient of War was made, but it's not very early. He has double Ancient of War now, Hunter's Hall coming. That's going to take a long time to clean this all up.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that's even possible. But it's not the greatest commitment, as you said. It is a tier 2 tech behind it. But, of course, a big tech lead for LabyRinth. Not the greatest levels though. Lost a few ghouls. That hurts in the lumber. That also feeds the Demon Hunter a little bit. Very good item with the Talisman, I'd say, for these situations. But can you get Colorful supply blocked? Probably not.
With so few ghouls left, I think Colorful's starting to realize what's going on. Seems like, indeed, this is not a full commitment. And I think he has a Wisp across the map, but it seems like right now he doesn't need it anymore. But this narrow tower is so effective. We have seen many people mention it before, complain about it before. And the weird thing is, the most efficient way to deal with this is going for a glaive thrower. But if you go for a glaive, then you're stuck with a glaive, which is one of the worst units in the game. Unless you're going for a push or getting pushed yourself.
Yeah, sometimes you can find a use case when there's like a Zeppelin and you can cheese a little bit with it, but on Echo Owl's no lab, so no Zeppelin. That is indeed a wasted unit, more or less. As most siege units are, because of the damage type and their movement speed. Tier 2.
Yeah, and now Colorful is in a weird state. Like, this is far from a standard game, even though we see plenty of these tower pushes nowadays. It is not the normal, you know, painting by colors, 1-2-3 move kind of games that he normally prefers. And I think this is looking way better now for Labby. Even getting the level 2. Now he's got the coil ready.
No mana burn. Yet. And new ghouls. He just keeps up the pressure. Colorful, not only is he forced into an early Hunter's Hall in the second Engine of War, he also seems to be forced into an AP because he knows this pressure is rising up. Oh man, what a dire situation for the Night Elf here. We might get game 3.
Yeah, it's looking pretty likely, I would say. LabyRinth, once on tier 2, can tech to tier 3 right away, and then whatever Colorful does, doesn't seem to be a good option. At this point, expanding is too late. His tech is super far behind. His demon is under-leveled. And tier 3 frenzy timing is going to be very hard to hold. He does have the benefit of having an AP and 2 Ancients of War. So that, in fact, will be helpful in dealing with the Frenzy Ghoul push if there is one to come. But the pressure keeps mounting, dude. And Naga now joining in as well. And this Demon Hunter level 1 is looking so weak.
And instant tier 3 tech behind it. This is almost an entire tech 2 minutes that LabyRinth is ahead. And only on tier 3 is where the undead really shines. With Frenzy, Destroyers, Orb, Lich, etc. This Nerub Tower, man. What a nightmare. Archers can deal with the Nerub Tower when it's constructing, but once it's done, the damage type doesn't really favor them, even though it's 5. Seeing double already.
Also needs to repair the Ancient of War. Like, can't afford to lose the Ancient of War. The Ancient of War goes down, the game's over. And of course needs to clear, at long last, this damn Nerub Tower. Where are the Wisps? Wisp repair! Dude, you can't lose the Ancient of War. If you lose the Ancient of War, you can't take out the Nerub.
Oh.
Where are the Wisps? Way too late.
Well, he did take out the Nerub Tower pretty much right away.
Alright, thank God. Alright, he finally got it. But also losing the Ancient of War there, really unnecessary. As we know, tier 3 is finishing. Colorful doesn't exactly know, but it's very likely to assume. And the second Ancient of War would have been a big help in holding on against that push. But first things first, Colorful needs second hero and needs to creep. By God, does he need to creep. He is so underleveled.
Naga it is, no Panda this time. Fiends once more by LabyRinth alongside the statues, of course, so a relatively normal army for him. LabyRinth could still expand, but I'd say it's more likely that he just goes for the throat and trying to get this second map under his belt immediately once the tier 3 is really online.
And there's a long waiting period until Bears will finally be up. It's very important for Colorful to have a perfect base setup. Ancient of War needs to be sent home probably right now, and AP in a good position. It was yesterday when we saw APs being way too far up front, being easily snipable by ghouls. These APs need to be well protected, be able to repair, and this is really going to be his biggest asset in holding the push. Is going to be the Ancient Protector, so he needs to pay attention to it.
Okay, level 3 on the horizon for Labby. Demon Hunter, 2.2. You need bigger camps than that, my friend. Fork Lightning will be available, but only level 1. We oftentimes see that level 2 is required against the ghouls, but judging from this Acolyte position, Labby is rather taking it slow and goes second base.
Okay. I would have also expected a push. It seems like even if he doesn't win the game with the push, he would have been able to do great damage, or at least assert full map control. Seems to me like this is a strategic error. He doesn't really take advantage of his strength timing, his power spike timing. If Colorful can counter expand, he's suddenly in a good position. But, I mean, he's still, you know, far behind after the early game.
Yeah. Would you say, like, going for the additional gold mine rather than the push is also lack of confidence, maybe, by LabyRinth?
I guess it's a playstyle thing. He has also tried these pushes before. It doesn't really seem to favor him. Normally, expansions is more his go-to style. And maybe I was too harsh to criticize. I mean, Colorful is so weakened by the early game. Maybe it is truly, utterly impossible for him to stop this expansion. And if that is the case, then why not try to go for it? Of course, the difference being, if there's a counter expansion later on happening, it might be a different story. But here finally comes the real push. Team Hunter had to be staffed out, can't fight on anymore. And another favorable trade for the undead. The statues here, very nice. Frenzy finishing. Lich is bringing the orb. And Colorful still in all sorts of trouble.
Master training, 1/4. The clock is ticking. And LabyRinth just going for a distraction push here. Reju running, okay. Coil, Nova, right clicks, Destroyer, nicely cancelling and dispelling the replenishment. So what now? You have a potion, okay, you're tanky, that's nice. But loses the Hunch Soul that gets rid of one tech tree, right? Bears? Dryads? I'm not so sure, I should know this. Definitely stops upgrades. Remove.
LabyRinth here, miles and miles ahead. He might also, he's almost looking so sad.
Yep.
He's got 6 items at least, but what he doesn't have is level 3, and also, you know it, he doesn't have boots.
Ah!
Every time he walks in, he's easily getting intercepted. Has a tough time connecting.
Yeah,
I really think Demon Hunter without boots in this matchup is half useless.
But I guess in this game, he really never had the resources. It's more of a luxury item, I guess. A very good one, but he couldn't afford it this game.
Yeah, this game was basically over after 5 minutes. The big mistake was not getting the Shadow Priest. It is so important. When the danger is you might get pushed on the map, you have to get the Shadow Priest if you take the risk of going for the Mercat. And he had the opportunity, he had the seconds, he just was not fast enough. And that is one hell of a punish for not being fast enough. Some ghouls going down, Demon gets level 3, and Supply is even all of a sudden. Can Colorful somehow get victory from the jaws of defeat? He's having a decent fight so far. Hunting after the ledge, might be able to get that kill. Nope. There's a heal potion.
DK also in a bit of trouble. Heal potion on the Demon Hunter. He can stay in this fight for a little longer. 2 destroyers, but no mana. Naga in trouble. How long can the Demon Hunter chase? Invo potions. Answer is 7 seconds. Gets another fiend. And man, in these fights, Colorful is just better. He's just a straight up better fighter.
Yeah, definitely out-microed LabyRinth right there. It looked a bit complacent also by Labby. He could have microed that way better. And especially having the expansion, you should have some heal scrolls. Probably more than just one. Taking that fight, not really necessary. Colorful though, still in the unfavorable position, I would say. He probably can't counter-expand. It's probably too late for that. He probably has to keep going and attempt an all-in, I guess.
Oh man, he was so close to a victory. And now he's kind of closest to defeat. I mean, it's still 2 base, 1 base. But it feels like Colorful, he's the confident one. He's moving across the map. He prevents leveling. Heal scroll and mana potion. Okay, that's something to use. But yeah, let's pounce on that Haunted.
That's a lot of bears. Once the Nerob is taken out, this is a winnable fight. Very important to keep the Nerob standing. There's no mana for a Fork Lightning. Acolytes will die, but will save the Nerob, I think. And now the Nerob can be a big help in targeting down units. One Dryad already dead. Here goes the next bear. And on flight, of course, the Undead army is a lot stronger. Labby, hoping to not throw this game away. He still has the lead.
So far, only the Nerob is down. That's not even getting him supply block. Lich finally level 2 for Frost Armor is a big help if applied. And Colorful has to run away from this army. No signs of a new Tree of Life, and that is the clock ticking again. Yeah, need some Acolytes to be rebuilt for the bottom left, and the Nerob maybe as well. But LabyRinth stabilizing.
And Colorful, I guess, doesn't have really much room to do anything else. He has to keep fighting and keep winning fights. Well, the last fight, he didn't really win. Whereas the first one, he certainly did. Also, no Ultra Vision, by the way. Something that I like to be critical of. If he had had that before, could have perhaps checked earlier at the green camp. Saving those 50 gold, was it worth it? I don't know. But Colorful is able to save some bears here with the stats. Now the Demon Hunter is solo harassing. That's a nice play. He knows there's no Nerob up yet. He can buy some time, and maybe buy enough time to build a really potent 70 supply army.
Okay. Now we're talking. We got a lengthy game approaching the 20-minute mark. Probably later. Oh, bear for free? That's a little sloppy. But if the Demon Hunter can do damage in the bottom left, that's kind of fine.
Making also an Ancient of War. The mining is interrupted. And here in the main base, with the AP, maybe Labby can win a fight? I mean, Colorful. But losing that one bear especially hurt. I don't know if the staff was ready or not.
Here I come. No, no, no.
That was the thing.
Demon Hunter catching a couple of volleys. That's about it. It's of course easy to cancel this Ancient of War now. Lumber is not really an issue. But mining denied for a while. Buying time for Colorful is constantly at 50. LabyRinth obviously at 60. So upkeep plays a role. Even if it's just a small one.
Way more mana on Colorful. He might be able to win this fight here.
Yeah. No coil. No Fork Lightning. No Nova. Nothing.
There was a heal scroll. That one was helpful. The burrow is getting revealed though. Thinking of the dust. It's going to be 1 kill easily on the Fiend. Dryad's chasing after the Destroyers as well. DK hurt already. Fog Lightning doing some good damage here. Demon dropping low, but has the invuln. That one's transferred. Colorful again looking a bit better in this fight. Supply dead even at the moment, but more kills to come.
Ooh, the magic damage against the bears is looking fine. Can we get one nuke out? Maybe we can, but Colorful is ready with the staff. Wonderfully done. Got the finger on the trigger. But that, of course, means that there's no pressure towards the expansion of LabyRinth, and he's mining with 9 acolytes again. 4 minutes till the mains run out. And Colorful needs a solution.
We'd love to see more immolation, by the way. Demon Hunter is almost full mana all the time. That can be the little bit of extra damage you might need at times. But Colorful has kept this game competitive despite this terrible early game. Honestly, also, LabyRinth has botched quite a few of these fights, if we're completely fair. Colorful has a chance to win this game, maybe. There's no way to TP down. This expansion, maybe he could just destroy right now.
Ooh, what a timing that is! First, we go for the Ziggurat to keep him supply block at 63. Oh, Colorful. Huge move, and LabyRinth with the misposition. But the Haunted? Oh. No, it's not gonna stand. It's not gonna be repaired. LabyRinth too slow.
Bear's getting caught. Colorful, this is gonna be a hard fight for him to take. Ideally, he could just TP out right now, but he doesn't have a TP. That's the problem.
True. Oh boy, focus on the DK then. He has a heal scroll, might be forced into it very soon. Bear's sandwiching now. Okay, we got acolytes not fighting. Can't be sacrificed. Naga in trouble for Labby. And what? He gets it just like that.
Oh my god.
Oh no, the downfall. Dryad's still there. Not too many bears on the field. 3 destroyers up. And once again, no mana. Demon Hunter all of a sudden level 4. Burns again for 24. That's comfortable. And now the Lich is on the chase. There's no coil whatsoever.
No way.
The Dryad poison. Amazing.
No way.
Double
oh
kill
my god.
Colorful. And now without the heroes, what's this army really worth? I don't think much. Dryad's not even dying too fast. Oh boy.
Immolation getting some kills here as well. The demon goes down though!
What?
The staff was off on cooldown for just 1 more second. Oh, Colorful almost had the perfect game. The perfect comeback. The expansion, by the way, is being remade as we speak. Labby lost a lot though.
Still a supply lead for him. Question is for how long. This is scrappy now. Destroyer's about to fall. Bear's about to fall. This is the staff of cooldown. 50 seconds. Oh, the Dryads are chasing. 50 seconds for the Naga. And then the Lich has to be revived as well. This is so expensive. Can't really afford a Tavern revive anymore. Can't afford that coil. What about the other destroyers? I think they're safe to the main. Very good Destro micro here against the Dryads. Can it reach? Yep. Needs to be repositioned. Super hurt bears. Destro falling.
Oh.
Stressful moments for the observer here and for us. Another feed going down.
Dude.
What is happening?
Colorful is doing this really well. He's out-microing Labby so hard. Like, basically this whole game. But Labby had the way better start. But now, Labby still has 2 heroes dead. Naga's being revived, but Lich is still benched for a long time. Doesn't have the money for the Tavern res. And the main's about to expire soon. If Colorful can cancel the expansion, he's on the way. I think he's got the lead.
Ooh, 2 minutes until there's no mining no more. Demon Hunter seeing the finish line to level 5 already. Naga also never to be underestimated. But Naga is back. Control is back. There's no TP. The staff is obviously on the Naga herself. Demon needs to get in range.
Oh, dude. And slowing the Naga with the Dryad now is Colorful. Save the demon, save the bear. Damn, Colorful has been playing this really well. After a bit of a botch early and the big mistake of giving up the Shadow Priest, Colorful has been fighting tooth and nail to keep his chances alive here.
You know what? We give him advice on how to improve as a player, and I think he really worked on his micro.
Well, as much as we like to meme, his micro is always one of his strongest qualities. Normally the game sense and the adaptation, that's where he was lacking behind. But, you know, once he's got the strong heroes, once he's on tier 3, once he's ready to brawl, Colorful does normally look good. And now the supply is dead even. And honestly, he doesn't even have to take out the enemy expansion anymore. He can wait for the Tree of Eternity, I think, to finish his work in the north and can repopulate the south soon.
Yeah, that is the problem. We of course have this round robin group stage. Every map win matters, and if this goes to Colorful, LabyRinth is down 0-4. Colorful already took a map off of 1-2-0. If he takes a 2-0 here now, he's in a phenomenal spot. At least for a high seed in the Ascension phase before he goes into a Night of Mirror with 15 sway. LabyRinth needs this extraordinary play, but given his performance today and yesterday, I don't see that happening.
Oh, the wisps are being pulled. If those don't get intercepted, that mana burn could also be very helpful. Wait. He didn't research Nature's Blessing. He's going all in. He's not interested in counter-expanding.
Okay. We'll see how that goes. Naga on the menu, Invo Potion, and Staff on cooldown now. Dryad's falling. Is that just an overextension? Is that just an unnecessary risk?
Demon Hunter very strong now, was burning lots of mana already, would love to see some more immolation as well. The Demon looking for targets, the Lich is one of them. Great slow from the Cold Arrow, Lich in trouble right away, but there is a mana potion, there is a coil. Right away followed up with a mana burn as well. Demon Hunter has heal potion, but the Naga doesn't. Naga for Colorful in trouble. Next, all the heroes, or many of them at least, in trouble indeed. Is the staff ready? Naga exposes herself. Demon gets level 5 from the Destroyer kill. Is there a staff? Is there something for the Demon? Oh my god, last second. Demon survives, but the Naga goes down. I think it was a second mana potion that DK there used. Still hunting after the Naga, but she's too fast. Gets to the shop. Labby might just be doing it.
Invo Potion immediately. There's basically only Dryads left, and he calls it. GG, Colorful. Bad early game. Phenomenal mid and late game, and Labby knows, yep, that push was a little bit of a gift. Thank you, Colorful. Because why not play it safe? Why not stay behind, move the tree over, and take the win? Let the undead come to you. I'm baffled.
Yeah, if Colorful has a strong mindset, though, he can truthfully say to himself that he kept this game very competitive, outplayed Labby in large parts, despite a terrible early game. Not getting the Shadow Priest is an unforgivable mistake, and then also losing like 3 of the last hits or something at the creep camp. That is not something that's supposed to happen. It's of course also made easier for the undead if you do get the Shadow Priest. Yeah, Colorful needs to clean up his early game. If he gets out of the early game and mid game in a competitive spot, he's the better player. He is favored, I would say.
Yeah, that was pretty clear. And now his map is next with Last Refuge, but very important for LabyRinth. There was definitely a little bit of relief at the end of the game that he finally got the first map of the tournament here. As we say, so important. And all of a sudden, he can still win this series. He could still get the point. And Last Refuge is one of his favorite opponent's picks, I guess. Very unique style with the Lich, even versus Night Elf. Very expansion heavy once again, plus the X factor of a tower push once more. Hard to predict what's gonna happen now.
Yeah, Last Refuge is also one of those maps where things get very unpredictable oftentimes for the Night Elf. And yeah, this is once again where Colorful can be beaten, can be wounded. When he's in the late game with a strong Demon Hunter, he's hard to go toe-to-toe with. LabyRinth had to rely on an expansion, and this expansion was running for a long time, by the way. Labby had a huge gold lead. He had a huge tech lead as well. And how close was this game still? So Labby needs to make sure that I think he needs to make sure to get ahead. If he doesn't get ahead early, I see him in dire straits. But yeah, Demon Hunter is not going to be level 2 right away in the early game on Last Refuge. And you can go for some push strats. You can go for some tower pushes indeed. And those are still not so easy to hold.
1-1. That's exactly how we like our best of 3. Long fights, long series, more maps. I hope there's a little bit of momentum for LabyRinth now, a little bit of confidence. we get a little bit of momentum here with some subs. Thank you 4K4, thank you Mikarai93, and please don't hack for the 7 months. Let's go! I guess all of us. Remo, we shall go.
We shall go soon onto the third map. We started a bit late today, but the games were pretty entertaining. Nice back and forth. And we're going to have the decision. Oh, are we loading in? Yes, sir, we are. Right now on Last Refuge.
High stakes. There's no extra points for a 1-2 loss. Only wins matter. LabyRinth, the left-hand side. Left-hand side, Last Refuge. That screams for a Lich. No, because it all starts with L. Alliteration
is one of the great gifts of humanity, Neil. I love that you point that out. We also have the predictions running. Who's gonna win map 3, fellas? Is it gonna be Labby? Is it gonna be Colorful? Unfortunately, we don't have a Lich. It's a DK versus Death Knight. DK versus Demon Hunter once again.
And we got another sub. Thank you, Ebo Cheksha. I butchered that name. Sorry, Ebo. Ebo, my friend. Thank you very much for the support.
Scouting is going to be very important here for Colorful. Lots of things are possible for the Under to do in this map. You can go for a fast expansion, a fake expansion, a tower push, a fake tower push, or just a straight up normal one base tech. I would be the most surprised to see just a straight up normal one base game by Labby. Yeah. Normally, he likes to get a little bit tricky.
And it is an expansion indicator, if you ask me, or he goes for the outskirts to move into the Night Elf base, but that one's covered with wisps already. Thank you, Spankflix, for the sub as well. In Expo, it is Demon Hunter positions himself aggressively already. Oh, immolation harass during the creep? That'd be quite something.
Demon Hunter, where's he going? What? He ran the wrong way.
What?
Colorful, what are you doing?
He didn't update his GPS.
Oh my god, he didn't scout properly with a wisp. Oh. And again, he throws away the early game. Colorful, what is this? That was really, really sloppy. That's like literally the only thing you have to do early. Just scout with a wisp and run there with a Demon Hunter. And now it's too late.
Oh, the comment from Pato. ... And the wisp is down.
And he didn't detonate the wisp and he gave away level 2. What are you doing, Colorful? Seriously, this is super sloppy.
Yeah, something broke at the end of the last fight when he couldn't close out map 2. LabyRinth again with a fantastic early, as so often. But can he carry it over the finish line with that lead? Can he fix his fighting ability? He botched quite a few fights on Echo Owls. If he's able to fix that, then it's his map. If not, Colorful can still fight back.
Good positioning on the archers. Good movement on them. The movers are there to heal them up.
I can hear the disappointment in your voice, brother. Oh, you can't hide that well after knowing you for 15 years.
Honestly, he could have won the last game if he had played better, and he could have had a way better early game. Now this game is far, far from over. Colorful can still recover. But he must get up a quick counter expansion. And I think he may have to expand on the spot. Otherwise, it might be too late. And of course, this makes the game really easy for Labby. He just has to stay on Colorful's buttocks and make sure he doesn't creep and doesn't expand. And then this game is 99% his.
Okay, a little bit of a breather here. Thank you, Buttcrumbs. Tommy Lee, John, 6 month. Good to see both of you for TP League Finals. Let's go. The Alliance will prevail. And Crewman Warcraft 3 for the 20 month. Colorful taking a pit stop. Once level 2. Silver lining for you, Mr. Remo Demo. He got the boots.
That is a good item indeed for the Demon Hunter. But there's also an easy creep jack to go for Labby. Good scouting with the Skelly earlier. Oh, he's gonna take out the Ancient of War. That limits creeping so much. Or will it survive? Nope, it will not. This game is looking absolutely perfect for Labby. Might be getting his first win here.
Tier 2 has started. He's just one tech behind, but a base up. Ghoul micro, nice. The archer block was sweet as well. He wanted to go for the deny, a little bit too late. The attack animation of the DK, of course, always a little slow. Can he hold that expo? And what's Colorful gonna do? Is he following your advice and go for counter expo, or is it a push? Lures are coming. He's trying to find some time, but LabyRinth is just at his heels at all times.
Tinker!
Tinker?
Alright, I guess it's a push then. Dryad all in with Tinker. I'm not sure I've seen that before. Was not expecting that from the likes of Colorful.
Yeah, not known to be the most creative player of all time.
The cool thing also is it helps with creeping right now. So it serves two purposes. But this is still... I mean, having seen the Tinker, LabyRinth should know that he doesn't have to be concerned about the late game. It's all about surviving right now. So he could make like 3 towers at the expansion, make a crypt in front or something, and just brace for impact.
Well, I'd argue that rockets can be very, very good, even late game, very spammable as well, against Fiends and Gargs alike. Speaking of which, what do we got? Only 2 crypts, I think. Colorful finally able to get the Merc Camp up. Devotion Aura, not bad, but is it enough?
I guess he's gonna try to get double level up. Tinker 2, Demon 3. And then it's Davai. Well, he is going tier 3 though. It's not gonna be Dryads only. The Bear Bust, normally also more scary than just a Dryad push, of course, especially against Undead, where they have strong towers to defend.
Ooh, I worry for Colorful. Man, he was so close to a wonderful position. 1-1 match score with a 3-2 map score. That was almost guaranteed the second place, and all of a sudden we gotta worry he might go down 0-2 now. If Labby doesn't botch the fight. Or fights. Given from what we've seen before, there's definitely a possibility, but he's playing it safe now. Pocket Factory in the middle of the map for the creep camp. He had some mana, maybe he can afford it, but the DK sharking around with the coil ready.
Putting pressure on the Demon right away. He's already hurt. The movements are already taxed. This game is just a disaster for Colorful. Tier 3 is slowly progressing for Labby. And the Bears are only coming out very hesitantly, it seems like.
Doesn't even have a shop. Ooh, got it. 69 XP. Nice. Still Demon Hunter on level 3. Mana burn 2, finally. But Tinker without rockets, man, that is scary. We get double Spirit Towers up.
Yeah, it's gonna be all about holding the push at the expansion. If he was to be able to connect with a Sapper on the towers, that would be wonderful. But that's also gonna be something that Labby is gonna be looking out for like a hawk. And what he's gonna have the Nova ready for. Plus, at the moment also Colorful hasn't cracked the lab yet. When is the push gonna strike? Seems like Labby's getting ready. He's got Fiend production running, upgrades coming, towers ready. This seems to be a no-brainer.
Double big invul potion though. Hero focus is gonna be tricky. Level 3 Tinker around the corner. Is there a silver lining for Colorful? Needs more production. Not even maxed out yet. And this base is so fortified.
Alright, Colorful needs to pull a magic trick out of the hat to make this one work.
It's the Pocket Factory soon, but no Sappers. Labby is here, trying to tank. Destroyers is not up, tier 3 is not up, so once again a fight with no orb. The timing seems good for Colorful.
There's no dust. Colorful forgot about it again, which is kind of weird considering he had this issue 3 games in a row. Rock Camp somehow got involved. The ghouls are helping out as well. Destroyer form only now beginning. The Rock Golem is on Colorful's side, as it seems.
Whoops. Okay, how weird can we make this? Statues coming in from the right-hand side, Dryads falling, still fighting in the shadow of the two Spirit Towers, Ghouls ravaging these archers. If Labby holds here, he's in a prime spot for a victory. Colorful might just be tapping out. Tinker at 50%, Bear super hurt. That push is dealt with.
DK chasing, getting some more kills. The ghouls seem to be good enough. One tower was destroyed, but two are still left over. And that's two towers that actually do damage. This is a weird fight. It's all over the place. It's not a very clear front line, but the DK is level 4. That's a good level up there as well. And the burrow is so helpful in saving these fiends. Now the push is over, and so might be the game.
Love the shop by Labby at the expo. Can always go for heal scrolls, mana potions, absolutely essential now. And this Tinker, one more pocket factory, doesn't do too much. Demon Hunter on the silver platter. Do we have a spell? Not really. Could go for a Nova if he pops that potion. Not on the threshold yet. Also, Invo Potion available. He deals with the bears. That's the Invo Potion. Also level 2. Mana burned right away. Lich! Oh, that coil! So sick. Destroyer also to the right-hand side. Fiend still dashing out. Myriads of piercing damage, which is not good for these Dryads. And Colorful has to run with his tail between his legs.
Did set up a counter expansion, but it's still far from finished. And if Colorful falls back, then Labby's gonna have all the time easily in the world to fortify again his second base and keep building the big army. 9 supply in production, getting up to 60 right now is Labby. And also his levels starting to look quite good.
Just getting a sack pit for some scouting. Love to see that if you can afford it. So yeah, Colorful once again, 1 base, 2 base for the time being. Still needs a minute and a half to get online, then Wisps. And what's the solution to this? Ghoul is scouting this immediately. Nice heads up play by Labby. Feels like he's finally finding his rhythm in this tournament.
Yeah, this would perfectly tell him when he could ideally go for an attack timing. By that point, he should be at 70 supply. He's already pretty close to mining fully off of the 2 bases. Colorful is at 50 supply himself. He's got decent hero levels, but the Tinker's impact is to be questioned greatly. Is retraining now. Cluster rockets it is, but that is not as good as some of the other options normally.
Okay, Rocket Man, you gotta carry. Nice nuke on the Demon Hunter once again. Invo Potion on his side, the second big one. The consumables were definitely helping out Colorful here. And mining will start soon if LabyRinth is not preventing this. How many ghouls are still there? Not too many. Throws the coil before the mana burn. Very efficient. Double mana potion, Stubby Mask, heal scroll. Powerful push by LabyRinth. 67 supply as well. We do have 2 ghouls. Additional damage, 2 structures. Nova again before the mana burn. Nice to spell on the reju. This is a way better execution by Labby than what we've seen before.
And also enough damage to take out the tree, or at least it should be. Demon Hunter very hurt already, but he's got the big invuln. Labby realizes, changes targets. First bear going down right away, but the cluster rocker's not looking too bad actually. He does have a dust now, can try to go for some fiends, but destroys in the air, seem to deal with the bears easily. Invo Potion not going to be lasting much longer. There's another coil, thanks to the mana potion, and the demon gets staffed out and saved last second, but this tree is beyond saving.
I think so too. No repair. He had no wisp there. And now Colorful somehow has to smash this fight. Maybe LabyRinth keyboard breaks or something. That would be helpful. But it's just the Coil Nova show. Again, and the Destroyers, they have a lot of, or they had mana for the time being, doing some damage against the bears. Not even Tri-Hero here, like usual with the Naga. No, it's just DK and Lich. Focus fire on Destroyers is nice. Move to the side, not overextending. Gets the, almost better trades. Demon Hunter level 4, okay. But 2 base, 1 base still. And this time, no Invo Potion no more. Just the staff, needs it soon. And that's level 5 DK.
Colorful's getting some kills, but far from enough. Labby can trade like this all day. It's got wonderful upgrades. 3-0 already, 3-1 on the way. We see now why these Dryads are dying so quickly. Fiends having serious damage, and Colorful calls it GG. Labby, the surprise winner, I would say, and perhaps a little bit lucky with getting away with this. Colorful making enormous mistakes in the early game that Labby punished very well.